Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I did a thing! Come on, the boys! We've not had a chance to celebrate properly because I've not had my mates. I've not had any of my mates here. We've all been busy. It's Monday night. You couldn't write it. Monday night, what a way to kick off the week. I've been fighting a flu for the last 5 days, and we think we're finally making it out the other side right now, which is nice. We're finally getting out of the cold flu season for me. I normally get hit with a bad illness at least once a year, and it hits me like a ton of bricks. Normally about 72 hours, but this one's been about 5 days in the making. So I'm glad it's finished. I'm feeling better. Obviously some good news has given me a bit of an adrenaline spike to get me through the last bit of the cold. But ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, I've done YouTube now, making money from YouTube now since 2019. When we first went to university, I actually started making money off YouTube, which obviously was great because it meant I could have videos that paid for themselves and things like that, which is interesting. But then I left uni and I got full-time work alongside doing my YouTube as well. So the YouTube, even though it's my main priority, it took up financially a bit of a side hustle category. I've also now made a second, I've got a few channels on the go, but obviously the Tom Origins one's the main one. Telling is what you're watching on right now. That's mine and Helen's relationship channel. And the Lego channel, which is racing up to earning a bit of money hopefully one day soon. That's looking even better as the days go by. So we're busy on the YouTube front. We're selling a lot of stuff on Vinted, which is quite cool. I've been able to make, again, more money to put towards content and video ideas and things like that off Vinted, which has helped. And then, obviously, I've been working in full-time jobs. So I got my first full-time job, proper full-time contract. I had that for 3 months, and I was working in the biggest shopping centre in the north of the country. I was working in the Trafford Centre. I worked there for 3 months. It was a great learning experience. But due to poor management, I left because I felt like it was the best thing for me. It was ridiculous amounts of miles to travel every day, and I was putting myself in danger doing that. But then also the management, they were just not the best, so I had to leave. So I'm glad I left. I'm glad I got myself out of that situation. Then I floated myself into learning how to, I learned how to drive. I obviously learned how to drive before getting the Trafford Centre job. I then got the Trafford Centre job. I then got some inspiration off my partner. She's in a very respected industry where she makes a lot of good money doing her job, and she's got a lot of respect in that industry now because of how long she's been doing it for. She's quite a skilled employee on this large scale system, and everybody likes it. Everyone's, it's a great job. It gives you lots of holidays, and it gives you not enough financial reward for what they do, but definitely she's happy with how much she makes, and she gets pay increases every year, which is appropriate, and I think that's great for her. And she's gone back to uni, like she did a uni course where she had to retrain and get a new degree, and she graduated a second time, so she's actually graduated twice, which is amazing. It was great to see her graduate once with her and then once as a viewer, a spectator. She's doing fantastic stuff, and she's absolutely smashed it. And she encouraged me to join the same industry. And I got, not to her level, but as a supporting level. And I've gotten into that. And at first, it was a bit weird for me because it wasn't YouTube. It was very difficult to shift my priorities from doing what I love and what I feel like I'm the best at to then doing something that I don't feel I'm the best at, but I definitely try my hardest because I have to. I don't really allow myself to do anything by halves. So if I'm going to try something, I'm going to try properly. And I did. I tried it. And I did pretty well in it. I was kept in my agency for a long time. And a year and a half later, I went for a job interview to do my agency job as a full-time job. Now, the big reason why, and the huge reason why, is the fact that we're trying to buy a house. And trying to buy a house in the UK right now is next to impossible. So we're already setting ourselves up for a big challenge anyway, as two not even 25-year-olds trying to buy their first ever property in the United Kingdom, which again is very difficult, which is why a lot of young people move abroad rather than stay in the very expensive country of the United Kingdom. But we found an area in the UK that we love, and we're trying to build a home there. We're trying to build a life there. So we need 2 full-time jobs to get on the mortgage situation. And now, obviously, Helen is in her full-time job. She's been in that now for over a year, which is fantastic. And I now needed to convert my agency job, which I've had for over a year, into a full-time job. And out of all the places that I've agency worked at, I've only ever found one place of work that I fell in love with, because the staff were phenomenal. The little band of people that I met at this place were fantastic, and I loved them. They made the day go so quick. In a job for me that feels quite long, you know, they made the day go so quick. They were really supportive of me. They were really friendly, and they were like nobody had ever met in this line of work before. They were different people, and they took me on nights out, and they were friendly with me and socialising with me and things, and they've been great fun to have in my life. They've been new additions to my life later in my life, which I've never thought, you know, you might not meet new people the older you get, but you do. And I met these groups of people, and they're of all different ages, and I love them all for different reasons. They're like parents or brothers and sisters. They're just like adding new people into the world a little bit, and it's nice. They're really lovely people. And I have now applied, well, this is a few days ago, I had applied to go full time, and I was really nervous, but I was, you know, saying to myself, it's going to be okay, I've just got to try my best and see what happens. And I went for it, and I interviewed, and I was full of a cold, so I thought, well, that's a reason I'm not going to get it, because I'm not feeling my best. But I went in and tried to give myself the best effort I could, and didn't let myself underperform because of my illnesses. But I put my head down, I did the interview, and then I had to wait. And when you've got ADHD like myself, waiting is the worst thing in the world. It's like a ticking time bomb in your head, and you're counting every single second, and you feel really aware of the time, and you feel very aware of what's going on, and it's very, very frustrating, because you just want the outcome quick. You don't want to wait and be mortified of how long it's taking. And I get nervous, nosebleeds, and I was already sick and ill anyway, and I was having like really bad panic issues because I was nervous, because I needed this job, not because of just the job itself, but the fact of its pressure that it could add, and the power it could add to the house situation. I know when me and Helen have been looking around houses, that in order to get what's called a decision in principle, you need to have basically the most amount of money you can ever get hands on. So that's 2 people in full-time work. And I just wanted to do my bit. I wanted to do my bit to try and push us over that threshold, to get us that decision in principle. We've been, you know, working hard to save up a deposit. We've done everything we can to get our deposit together. We've done all of our savings. We've done like no holidays, and going abroad has been off the table. And we've kept ourselves quite sensible with things in order to try and afford the house. And the last piece of the puzzle that I was responsible for was getting a full-time job. So it was all at stake. It was all on the cards. It was all very stressful. And I went for it, and I tried my best, and I had to wait, and it was freaking me out. And I'd have rather have just been told straight away, you know, you haven't got the job, unfortunately, you know, it isn't for you, I'm afraid. But they never did that, and instead they made me wait. And by waiting, it freaked me out, because I never knew what was going to happen. I was just waiting and waiting and waiting for whatever the hell the outcome was going to be, and that petrified me, because obviously I want to know my outcome, so I can tell my mortgage people, so that we can actually start being taken seriously about getting a mortgage principal and getting a house. And I was outside Helen's house today, and I got a call, and it was the job, and the job said loads of nice things, and I thought, well, they're buttering me up to fail here. They're just going to give me a load of positives and then tell me no. And they said, we'd love to have you. And it was literally like a mountain of bricks lifted off my shoulders, because for the longest time this has been priority number 1, mission number 1. This has been the big thing I've been working hard to, and we got it, and we actually landed the gig. And I was blown away, because it was just the pressure of getting that weight taken off you, and the idea that you've done it. You don't have to stress anymore. You've done it. And I love that feeling. That feeling, because it doesn't come around very often, but the sense that you get to be proud of yourself is lovely, because we're so harsh on ourselves in life, and it's very easy to be so hard on yourself and to be cruel to yourself. To be nice to yourself is such a challenge for most people. So when I was able to be in a position where I knew I'd done my best, I knew I gave 110%, even while being ill, I got what I worked hard for, and that made me feel incredible. And it's a message and a moral, which is, if you put your heart and your head to something, and ultimately you're prepared to make a few sacrifices along the way, as long as you don't quit and you just keep going, something good's going to have to come. You know, something good's going to have to come out of it, because eventually you put that much time and effort in, something's going to pay off. And it did. And I was over the moon, because I've worked with a tremendous agency who have put me in so many amazing positions, and some very difficult ones, and I've gotten through all of them. I've worked in this place that I fell in love with. I was there for 6 months. It was my longest contract ever. And then I was able to actually apply for a full-time role there, and they've accepted it. And I'm waiting for contract papers to come through, and then, obviously just finalising the last details. But I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. I've been stressed for so long, and I've been worried for so long about the outcome of this. And it's driven me insane thinking about it, because I was the thing that was slowing us down from securing that house, and now I'm not. I've done all I can to get us house ready, and now all me and Helen have to do is go and find us a house, and that's it. And I couldn't be happier. I literally am so proud of myself, because there's been opportunities in life where I feel like I've done something pretty good, and I've been so quick to brush it off, and I don't want that to happen with this. I want to be happy, and I want to be proud, and I want to take it in, and I want to make videos like this, because it documents that it happened, and it documents how you felt, and I hope that I don't forget this feeling of pride and joy, and knowing that we've worked hard for something and we've made it happen, because it's amazing. And I'm still ill now, but I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And it's just such a nice weight off my chest and my shoulders to be able to actually realise that now me and Helen are stood there as equals, both putting in the work, and we're now ready to go and get this end game sorted. And it's so exciting. I love it. I know not every weekend we're going to be able to go up and look at houses and stuff, but whenever she says that we can, and she's found some that she likes, and she takes me up to see them, it makes me very happy, because one, it's her choosing to do stuff, and she's so quick and so easy to put herself to the side and allow other people to take her time. It's very rare that she's selfish, and it's very rare that she takes time to do something for herself. So that's why I like to reinforce the idea to her when she has that free time off. If you want to go and you want to look at the houses, I'm more than happy to drive you. I'm more than happy to sit there for an hour and 40 minutes, whatever it may be, driving up to the houses and driving around all these new areas. I know so many, she says it like every time to me, she's got so many family members who don't like driving new places for the first time. I've got family members who don't like doing it, and she says, I'm really grateful that it's something that you're not even put off by. You're happy to get in the car and you're happy to drive up to York and explore the areas and things like that. And we're two high school sweethearts who have worked through COVID and GCSEs and A-levels and Duke of Edinburgh awards and university graduations and jobs and all kinds of hurdles that life throws at you that you never really are prepared for. And we're getting our way towards a slice of life where we can actually reward ourselves for the hard work. Because you work hard at high school and you reward yourself with more school. Because if you work hard at high school and you do well, your reward is you get to do A-levels, where you'll work twice as hard and put in more effort. And then if you do well in your A levels, you'll go to uni, and then that's more stressful, and you're going to do more work there. So, like, it's difficult. You do a lot of hard work in the early stages of your life, and then you don't really get the big picture rewards until much, much later. But everybody hypes up being 18, and there's a whole separate video I want to make on that. Everybody is so quick to hype up being... People are so quick to hype up being 18, 19, 20. Nobody talks about the jump from 18 to 25. Nobody tells you about that. And that's a part of life that I'm now living through. And nobody tells you, no one prepares you for that. That's the scary bit. That is the big scary bit. It's going from being an 18-year-old teenager, who people still think is an adult at 18, which you're just not. I'm telling you now, anyone out there who's not 18 yet, I promise you, you're not going to feel like an adult when you're 18, because you're just not. But the jump from going from 18 to 25 is insane. It's probably the most formative stages of my life that I've realised and been self-aware of. High school feels at the time like it's going to last forever, and then it's gone. College disappeared in seconds, and uni disappeared in the blink of an eye. So ultimately, you've got to just keep going, get your head down, have some realistic goals set for yourself. Most of all, be kind to yourself. And when you do achieve some cool goals, be proud. Take that moment. Hopefully you'll have friends to celebrate with. Hopefully you'll have family members to celebrate with. But even if you don't, you've got to sit there and you've got to be proud of what you did. Because it's an achievement that's your own, and it's special because you did it. And nobody on the planet can take that away from you. So, from the bottom of my heart, I am very proud of what I have done. I am very proud of what I have achieved. And it's been through no other reason than hard work, dedication, and the commitment of never stopping and never giving up and just getting my head down and cracking on with it. And now me and Helen are at the next step. I've helped us get to the next step. She's been working so hard to get to this level, and now I'm honoured to join her and be on par with her. The deposits are sorted, the jobs are sorted. Now it's just about finding that house. And I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe to this channel, because Helen's, Tellen's, Tom and Helen's, whatever you want to call it, Road to Home is a series. It is going. The video episodes are going to be all over the place, but if you want to see the behind the scenes of two high school sweethearts getting to live in a home together, then follow along, because you might learn some things along the way. Much love, subscribe, peace.